Hello and welcome to this BuyBotPro training videos. So I'm going to talk you through how the graphs on BuyBotPro work and how to manage them within your business. So whenever you first load an Amazon page, most of the charts will load automatically without you having to analyze a deal. But you will need to analyze a deal to have a look at the stock chart, which is last, which we will go through in a moment. So let's start at the top. So straight away, this chart will load as soon as you enter an Amazon page. And what this chart is showing you is, the prices and the BSR, which is the bestseller rank, and how that all plays together in terms of the product. So let's have a look here. So the green line is the bestseller rank. So that's how quickly the product is selling. And the lower on the chart that the green line is, the better, and the more wiggly the line is, if you like, in a non-technical form, the better, except when it's like this, when it's literally stuck to the bottom of the floor, and that's because it's selling so fast it hasn't got time to wiggle up and down. So where you see a big upward trend just here, it means that there are few sales there, and where you've got that particular big upward trend, that would indicate no sales at that period. And then you've got a big drop, which would indicate at least one sale, and then things have gone crazy, and then even crazier along here where it barely moves from the bottom of the chart. So that will tell you that that product is selling really, really fast. Now what you can also see on this chart is the FBA price, and you can toggle all of these on and off as suits you and what you want to view. So you've got the FBA price, and you can toggle that on and off, and that shows up as a purple line along here. And you can hover anywhere along the line, and it will give you all the information for that particular day and what time it is, and it will tell you exactly what's going on with the BSR and the prices and the buy box information as well. So this big yellow block here is because Amazon are in stock. So if we turn that off, you can see that you no longer see where Amazon are in stock. That's a super handy one to have switched on all the time, because obviously knowing whether Amazon are in stock just at a quick glance is really, really helpful. And obviously the top line of where this yellow bar goes is the price that Amazon's at. So that's why it wiggles up and down, because it's not only telling you that they're in stock, it's telling you their price as well. So the blue line is the new price. Now the new price is usually the merchant fulfilled price, and it doesn't include postage and packaging. So just bear that in mind when you're thinking about the deal, the whole of the deal, and if you're doing FBA. So just consider that it doesn't include postage and packaging. So that's the new price. So that will always be less, or nearly always be less than the FBA price anyway. And then with BSR, we've already talked about, which is the green line. And then you've got the buy box information as well. And the buy box are indicated with these little pink dots. So you can very quickly at a glance see what the buy box price has been. And you can have a look at that over a period of time. You can click through these and see different periods of time to have a look at what's going on. And as I say, you can toggle all of these on and off here. So if you want to look at something particular or never want to see something, you can just switch them off, and then they're not included for you. So these green arrows at the top, these are BSR drop arrows. And what that means is, a bestseller rank on Amazon is when every product has a rank, and the lower the number, the quicker it's selling. So if you've got a category with 1 million products in it, product number 1 is the fastest selling, product number 1 million is the slowest selling. And this graph represents, as I said already, the BSR number and how quickly it is dropping. So these arrows are just showing you how many drops. Now, a BSR drop doesn't necessarily indicate just one sale. It indicates at least one sale. So you can see here, there's been a sale in that period there, because there's a nice drop there and a couple of wiggles there. And then you can see this period where the line goes up like that. That would indicate that there were no sales at all. And as you can see, there are no green BSR drops here, because the BSR is not going down, it's going up. And then you can see there's a big drop, and then consistently there's good sales all the way along all these dates. So that's what these BSR drop arrows are. So they're not actually sales, they're BSR drops, but they do indicate, most BSR drops would indicate at least one sale. So the heat map sales, the sales heat map overlay, I'll come back to you in a moment about. And you've got toggles on and off here in case you forget what's going on, just to tell you what you need to do and what you can do. And as I say, you can switch between all the different timelines. So you've got all the information literally at your fingertips. So BuyBotPro has a sales heat map. So this looks at where the intent sales are. So at a very quick glance, you can see how well a product is selling. And obviously you can see here that there's been some small sales activity here because it's only just orange. Then you can see there's a white period, which means there's no sales activity. And then you can see there's been smaller sales activity, then good sales activity, and the dark areas indicate really good sales activity. So you can see there what's going on and where the intent sales are, and obviously where they are not as well. So that gives you all of that information. And that heat map changes based on the look that you've got over here as well. So as you change your days of the week and such like, this will change to match, as I said, as well. So that will change to show you the intense areas of the period that you're particularly looking at. So, and here you can toggle that on and off. So if you don't want to see the sales heat map for some reason, then you can toggle that on and off, although that's awesome. So I'd suggest you use that one because it's a very quick indicator of what's happening with sales. And then this one, which I said I'd come back to, is the sales heat map overlay. So you can literally lay that over the top of a chart, a regular BuyBotPro chart, and you can see where the red is and where the orange is and where the white is. So it makes it quick and easy to see it that way as well. So that's whether you want that toggled on or toggled off is entirely up to you. As I say, you can toggle off the BSR drop arrows as well if you'd like. So if we continue down on the BuyBotPro charts, you'll then see you've got these 4 charts here. So these are looking at average information. So this one's looking at the FBA price average, and it's telling you what the average price of the FBA price was over 7 days, the last 30 days, the last 90 days, the last 180, the last 360. So you can see here that the price of this product has barely changed. I mean, it changes by a little bit, you know, 40p or something, or 40 cents if you're in the US, whatever. So it changes, excuse me, very slightly, but it's a fairly consistent FBA price. And you can see here that Amazon's price changes from £7 to £8.20. And you can see that, you know, it doesn't have a huge amount of change either. If Amazon aren't on the listing, this will just say Amazon are not on the listing. So you'll know there straight away as well. And then you can see the new price, once again, that's barely changed. So that's all of this is telling you that the price for this product is very, very consistent. And then you can have a look at the BSR averages here, and you can have a look at what's going on. You've got 7 days, 30, 90, 180, 360, and all time. So you can see what's going on with the average of those as well. Now that would suggest that the product wasn't for sale at some point, because obviously the BSR is much higher than it is more recently. Now you can toggle these off on and off as well, whatever suits you and however you like to look at it. Now this is a very visual representation of the average information, and not all of us, you know, like information in that format. So we've given you an option to see it in a different format if you prefer. So the information in this chart is exactly the same as the information in these 4 charts. It's just this is done for people that like to see things visually, and this is done for people who like to see more data related sort of information. So you can toggle whenever one works for you on and off, so you can play around with it and completely customize it to suit you. But it's the same information here as it is here, just how you prefer to view that data. You know, all our brains work differently, and some people like to see it in graph format like that, and some people prefer to see it in a text-based data format. So you can choose and customize it to suit you. So the last chart that I want to talk to you about is this one. So this is the seller stock versus price. So these are the seller positions. So seller number 1, seller number 2, right through to seller number 10. And this is another world first. There's nobody else that has got this chart looking at Amazon products, no more than they've got the heat map. So BuyBotPro is the only product that can give you this information. It gives you this information in this format. So these are our sellers, and this is the price, and this is the stock level. So as you come along here, you can see that Amazon is currently showing a 6 in stock at £7, and you can come along and you can see Grasshopper Toys have got 1 in stock at £10.98, and you can come along and see, but you know, it's very visually, instantly you can see that someone's got quite a lot of stock, and that's Debenhams at 46. They've got 46 in stock at £13.49. So you can see what's happening with the price versus the stock level. So it's a lovely visual representation, very easy to see exactly what's going on in terms of stock levels and where their prices are at. So that is how the charts work on BuyBotPro. If you wish to switch off all charts, I'm not sure why you'd want to do that, but if you did want to switch off all charts, then you can do that from within the customer panel of BuyBotPro, which is up here. And if you go into here, you can switch off all graphs if you wanted to, but I'm not sure why you'd want to do that, because they give you huge amounts of information that really help you analyse an online arbitrage deal and analyse it super well. So that's the quick training video on how to use the BuyBotPro charts.